forecast.
As we see the flooding effects of Hurricane Sally, it's a good time to check your risk of flooding. A new tool that factors in environmental changes in your property's history is now available. 10 Tampa Bay's Candace Avila shows you how it works.
In general, there's a lot of interest around flood in Florida, but then also in specific hotspots in Florida.
Flooding in Tampa Bay is something we know well.
So in Florida, in general, we found about 1.8 million properties at risk, which was about 100,000 more than what FEMA funds.
Nonprofit tech company First Street Foundation launched a new tool, FloodFactor, to track the danger zones. 3 cities on Florida's west coast are at highest risk for flooding.
Cape Coral came in with about 90,000 properties at risk today. Tampa came in with about 43,000 properties at risk today, and Lehigh Acres had about 26,000.
Here's how it works. Pull up floodfactor.com, enter your address, and it pulls up your flooding risk on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being dark red. You can also see what flooding looks like in the future. Here's Tampa with flooding risks today, 15 years from now, and 30 years from now.
And it's built for individual property owners. So this data does exist for banks and for mortgage companies and for insurance companies, but individual property owners didn't have access to this kind of data.
The data shows you the history of flooding, environmental risks, and provides solutions. They say the data that is available from FEMA tends to be less accurate, and hope this knowledge will inspire people to think of positive environmental change and solutions with their local governments moving forward.
Flood risk is sort of the most obvious and visible symptom of environmental change, and we know that the federal government pays lots of money to sort of alleviate those issues. So we thought that given that this data doesn't exist in a public format, that we create a tool that individual homeowners could go to actually understand their flood risk in a way that wasn't from the FEMA special flood hazard areas.
We do talk a lot about flooding in this area, so it's good to see a new tool there. So if you would like to see your home's flooding risk factor, we have a link where to go on our website, 10tampabay.com.